just as I'm about to start.
Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Ike Wellhausen. Thank you so much for stopping by. Go ahead and drop a like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Just so you know, I'm over here working on my Ram Pro Master 2500 series, so I'm trying to make it so that it's livable. Alright, so here's where things get interesting. I finally got my installation in. I'm using Havelock Wool, www.havelockwool.com. It literally says on the bag, designed for van lifers. So I got what I think is enough to cover most of the floor and most of the interior. This thing is huge. Literally is about the size of a teenager or something. You know, see how big this thing is? I'm 5'10" to give you reference, and this comes about up to my chest. So what I'm going to do is kind of give this a go, see how well it lays inside here, cut it up to make it sit in between the slats. I'm not worrying about the walls or anything right now, just doing the floor so I can get these bad boys set in and see how it goes. Guess what? We got the subfloor in. It is done. Alright? That means I have all my insulation down underneath me right now. And, well, it only took me, 3 trips to the groceries or the hardware store to get the things that I needed. I kept running out of screws because I kept putting in more than I thought I would need, but now the floor doesn't make any noise. It's pretty close. I'm going to sand some of these edges for when I'm going to do my laminate and get that in. Try and get that done this weekend. I'm trying to play around with either putting the laminate down and then just throwing everything else on top of it, or maybe just doing laminate here in the center for the most part and then leaving the edges exposed because I know that those are going to be covered up. So I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a matter of just trying to figure out what's the best way to go about it, because one way I can't go back, one way it doesn't really matter. I just would have to drill into the laminate flooring. So give or take a few things working or not working, and just kind of figure out as you go. One thing I would suggest, definitely measure out. I have a pretty good eye with my slats here, and I can kind of be really close, but since I only have about an inch to work with, there is the possibility that I'll miss quite a bit. Fortunately enough, I only missed maybe 10 times total, but just to be sure on the last one, because it is going to house some of the more important components, I went ahead and measured out this entire one because it was a little different than these first two, which were my longer slats. So these were a little easier to kind of eyeball, but I do suggest making sure that you measure out and mark with a pencil or whatever so you can erase. One thing I've kind of found with the installation process as a whole, I'm glad I did wool because this Reflectix is great. I got one wheel well to look perfect. The other wheel well, it didn't stick at all. So I'm gonna mess with that and find something to kind of cover that up and make sure that I can chip off some of the old sealant and then get a new layer in there. I'm gonna hop by the hardware store again tomorrow and grab some more stuff. Celebrating my birthday dinner tonight, so that'll be fun with my family. But I'm gonna work on getting the laminate floor in tomorrow and kind of see how that goes. I gotta make a decision one way or another, and who knows how it's gonna go. But the subfloor is done. Woo! A lot easier than I anticipated, and now that it's all in, I feel like I can jump around and do stuff, and I only have like a few small sinky spots where I'm gonna put some gap fill in that the slats couldn't help. But otherwise, ta-da!
For more information regarding anything used in this video, you can follow my website at www.justlikeike.com/vanlife and follow Van Overboard on Instagram. There you can find all the details and necessary information regarding every bit of this project.